Okay, so moving on to the dollar and precious. Dollar index has gone up a little bit, but effectively moved sideways. However, gold and silver have both reversed, and they have restarted the negative correlation to oil, which is a little bit of a concern. However, fundamentally, Ukraine is running out of defensive missiles. Zelensky was got his begging bowl out yet again this week. And unbelievably, it takes 2 years to build a Patriot missile. And in England, we call that about as much use as a chocolate teapot. The reality is that the USA is running out of everything, and Iran holds all the cards. And August gold is still $12 above spot. So we'll begin with the dollar index. A little bit of an update Tuesday, reversed some of that on Wednesday. However, we do have a new support at 132, and the key level is still 100.01. On the short-term chart, no change, 101.36.5 and 100.32. No surprise really, a poor day for gold in world currency terms, but it's still quite a way off the recent lows. And when we go to COMEX, also had a bit of a reversal down, but actually considering what oil's done, it's not that bad. But we still have to get back above 41.65.8 on a closing basis. That would open up the upside, and then all those daily levels are minor resistances, and we have nothing of major resistance until 48.17. It remains the case that strategic players keep their stop on a daily close below 39.55.4. On the short-term chart, we have 4,032.5 as a new level, so more risk-averse players can place their stop on a daily close below there if they wish. Resistance is 41.31 to 44.7, 32.08.3 to 15.5, which is quite powerful. But if we do make a daily close above 42.37.4, if we go back to the daily chart, that opens up the upside and targets 44.03.6. On the profile, no change there. Point of most time 45.32. We're going to have to take another couple of days to see if we can get a point of most time on a short-term basis. A look at the weekly chart. The extreme on the upside 44.65.2. Moving on to silver, retreated back down, but we have 58.28 below, and then the final support at 56.13. And if that is not broken, then that's going to become a much more powerful support, because it's going to become a weekly level next week. Also, the resistance at 65.52.5 is also going to move down to that 56.13 point, and so that will suddenly open up the upside. So it feels like if we're going to get bullish, some things can happen next week. On the short-term chart, 57.06.5 and 56.13, and then above 61.54.5 and 62.58. On the weekly, 70.31 is the extreme above. So in conclusion, dollar index trended sideways, and key support is 100.01. Gold trended sideways, but it still has a positive bias. Any longs place their stop on a daily close below 39.55.4 if you are strategic, or if you want to be more risk averse, 40.32.5, and that is a small change from the beginning of the week. A daily close above 42.37.4 opens up the upside, targets 44.03.6. The silver trend is up, and you place your stop on a daily close below 56.13 if strategic, or 57.06.5 if you're more risk averse. sorry, 57.06.5, and note the small change in that value. The next upside target, 65.52.5. And here are your supports and resistances. I must admit, it feels like we're starting to enter a period of volatility and then ultimately trends. Okay, thank you.